We were in a difficult place to begin with, Nora. As you know, what we're seeing, unfortunately, is upticks in case positivities, test positivities. That's going to translate, as it already is, into additional hospitalizations, which ultimately are going to translate into additional deaths. And now we're starting to see, as you said correctly, an uptick in cases, in 37 states. I mean, that is a substantial proportion of the United States of America.
Let me ask you about these large-scale events. 10,000 people will reportedly attend President Trump's rally tonight in an airport hangar in Des Moines, Iowa. Do you consider that type of event dangerous?
When people are close to each other and you don't have virtually everyone wearing a mask, that is a risky situation that could very well lead to the kind of spreader events that we have seen in similar settings.
There is no approved cure for coronavirus. When people say the president beat it, I'm not worried about it. What's your response?
That's sort of like saying somebody was speeding in a car at 95 miles an hour and didn't get in an accident, so I can go ahead and speed and not get in an accident. We're very, very pleased that the president did so well when he was infected with coronavirus. But there are also a lot of people who are his age and his weight, which did not do as well as the president did.
Nearly 30 million children nationwide are physically back in the classroom, at least for part of the week. Has this led to some of the outbreaks that were feared?
For the most part, there has not been an indication that children are massively spreading the virus in community. I'm sure that there is going to be some indication that might happen, but we're not seeing that as a really major issue right now.
The president also said there will be 100 million doses of the vaccine by the end of the year. Is that number accurate?
Available to use in a person would mean that that vaccine would have to have been proven to be safe and effective. And right now, there are a couple of candidates that are probably in a position that we will know by November or December whether or not they have a safe and effective candidate. If they do, there are only a few million doses of those vaccines that would be available. But when you say, is it available of a vaccine that is proven to be safe and effective, it's not going to be 100 million doses.
So what is your advice about Thanksgiving?
I think people should be very careful and prudent. But when you're talking about relatives that are getting on a plane, being exposed in an airport, being exposed in a plane, then walk in the door and say, Happy Thanksgiving, that you have to be careful about.